When you look around you, it feels like the world is going crazy. You have to ask yourself, is this normal? Have you ever wondered how much does smartphone usage impact our relationships, social interactions, and identities? And what effect is this having on our mental well-being? Smartphones and other smart devices have had their fair share of bad press recently, with claims they are capable of monitoring calls and even snooping on our face-to-face conversations. A study by researchers in the US showed that some Android smartphone apps did collect information from users, but instead of accessing the phone's microphone to eavesdrop on conversations, the apps were much more interested in collecting information about what appeared on the phone's screen. Some of the apps in the study collected photos from the user's phone, or used the phone's camera to record video clips of screen activity. This showed what the user of the phone bought or searched for online, and even recorded their postcodes. That's as real as it gets. Although smartphones have been revolutionary in facilitating online social interactions, they have had detrimental effects offline. Face-to-face interactions have been broken up, and we are sharing less real-life experiences, now more than ever. The filter bubble is the personal conscious space we occupy, shaped by our interactions with the environment around us. The filter bubble overlap is a term used to describe the shared space between two individuals formed by their shared experiences. It is these overlaps that form the basis of our relationships. The impact smartphones have on this overlap is unmistakable. Our phones essentially pull us out of our environment, resulting in less shared experiences during social interactions, and therefore a smaller overlap. The more time spent staring into your phone, the less present you are in the moment, and the more the foundation of a shared experience shrinks. Craig Blake. The dynamics of our social interactions are also changing. During online socializing, we are utterly blind to the reaction and real-life emotions of the other person. In face-to-face interactions, we use facial expressions and other nonverbal cues as feedback to help us understand more about the other individual's inner monologue. Without these physical cues, we must infer cues from whatever digital response we receive. This may lead to misjudgment of others' feelings and less shared experience, as we have a smaller understanding of others' own experiences. Smartphone usage can also lead to long-lasting problems with offline relationships. A recent study found that smartphone usage during interaction was often interpreted as a form of rejection. Rejection can cause feelings of hurt, anger, and resentment, lowering self-esteem and mood. These feelings were related to lower relationship satisfaction and increased conflict. While smartphones can enhance communication, it is evident that they are interfering with our offline social interactions and decreasing the quality of our relationships. Rejection within social interactions leads to lower self-esteem and signs of depression. Excessive smartphone usage during social interactions, therefore, can be destructive to our mental well-being by decreasing the quality of relationships. Not only are smartphones affecting our relationships, but the constant usage of these devices is also causing identity problems. Today's smartphones have loads of applications available to users, with app usage making up 87% of mobile time. Research conducted on social media usage found that 61% of the time spent on social media is via smartphone applications. This shows that smartphones are facilitating the use of social media applications, which can be damaging to our social identities. Excessive social media usage is causing people to derive their self-worth from their social media following and likes. In today's world, people correlate a low social media following and fewer likes with that person being somewhat boring and unpopular. This way of thinking puts pressure on people to maintain an online social media presence by remaining active on their phones and spending excessive time on social media, a vicious cycle. The unfortunate thing about the current climate is that those who do not use their phone as much are being looked down upon. Belongingness is a strong and inevitable aspect of human nature. According to social identity theory, we naturally seek to belong within groups. people are increasingly equating a low social media following with a lack of belonging, causing them to feel disconnected. A problem arises when people are consumed by their social media activity, but do not receive the recognition or appreciation that they expect.
Hey! Wait, please subscribe the channel. It will inspire me to make more videos and make my day phenomenal.
Another problem presents itself when those people cannot access their social media platforms. For example, a video of a social media influencer recently went viral after her Instagram account was suspended. Jessie Taylor, who boasted over 100,000 followers, claimed that she is nothing without her following and that it felt like murder when her account was disabled. Can you imagine that? With all that's been happening around us lately, it is safe to say that smartphones contain various variable reward schedules, obviously in the forms of messages and social media likes that constantly pull us in. We are progressively seeking rewards from our smartphones in the form of social media attention. Another study supported the idea that excessive social media use can lead to emotional and mental health issues. Self-discrepancy theory could explain this effect. Our online presence is supposed to be a representation of our actual self. However, given the fact that we predominantly display only our positive attributes online, our profiles are actually a better representation of our ideal self. Therefore, those who tend to promote themselves more actively through their social media channels may merely be displaying their high levels of self-discrepancy. Larger discrepancies between the actual and ideal self are commonly known to trigger agitated behavior, such as feeling guilty, disappointed, or anxious, a common phenomenon observed in behavior related to depression. Aaron Bixby. So, there you have it. Frequent smartphone use can damage our relationships and cause us to feel as though we don't belong, triggering feelings of low self-esteem and depression. They also facilitate excessive social media use, which can often lead to discrepancies between our ideal and actual self. These feelings also result in lower self-esteem, mood, and opinion of oneself, also increasing our likelihood of feeling depressed. I am one of the many who are guilty of the excessive use of my smartphone. Consider this a warning of the dangers of excessive smartphone usage. In the future, when you're conversing with someone in person, put the phone down. Whatever is on your screen can wait. We must treasure our face-to-face interactions and be proud of who we actually are, rather than seeking approval through the overuse of our phones. Digital society has simply informed me about the prevalence of technology within our everyday lives, not only regarding smartphones, but particularly learning about the Internet of Things and smart cities. I now have a better understanding of the direction in which the world is headed. It is quite clear to see. We are destined towards a future whereby technology is used in almost every aspect of life, from self-service checkouts to driverless cars. At the same time, these technological innovations are solving everyday problems for us and making life more convenient. I want to know how the use of technology is affecting the way we function as individuals in society. Smartphones basically encapsulate the digital society we live in. We are linked with one another in society through a small handheld device that can be taken with us wherever we go in our pockets. Though the problem is that most of the time, these phones are not kept in our pockets, and we are spending more time staring into our phones. Therefore, if smartphones symbolize the digital society, then the dangers of smartphones might tell us more about the implications of living in a digital society.
If you liked the video, a sub to the channel would be incredible, and also share the video to spread the word. You can watch another video, just click left or right. Keep inspiring.